Welcome to Hollywood Information. In this video, we are going to explore 10 old British actors who were secretly gay, legendary performers whose extraordinary talent lit up stages and screens, while their personal lives remained hidden behind the curtain of secrecy. These are stories of fame, pressure, identity, and survival in an era when being true to oneself could come at a devastating cost. 1. Sir John Gilggood was one of the most celebrated actors of the 20th century, a master of Shakespearean theater whose voice and presence defined a generation of performance. Audiences admired his elegance, precision, and emotional depth, but behind the scenes, Gilggood lived with a constant awareness of the risks tied to his private life. In 1953, his arrest for a public indecency charge could have ended everything, yet it revealed something remarkable. Many in the theater world quietly supported him. Despite this, the incident reinforced the need for caution. Gilggood continued to guard his personal relationships carefully, navigating a world where exposure could lead to humiliation or imprisonment. His resilience allowed him to continue thriving artistically, but the emotional toll of living under scrutiny never fully disappeared, making his legacy not just one of talent, but also quiet endurance. 2. Sir Alec Guinness is remembered as one of the most versatile actors in British cinema, capable of disappearing into any role with remarkable ease. While he maintained a conventional public image and a long marriage, there were persistent whispers about his private life that suggested a more complex reality. Guinness himself acknowledged moments of same-sex attraction in his youth, though he never defined himself publicly in those terms. Living in a time when even rumors could damage a career, he chose discretion over openness. This duality between public respectability and private ambiguity defined much of his life. His story reflects the nuanced experiences of many individuals of his generation who often existed in a gray area between identity and societal expectation, never fully able to express their truth. 3. Dirk Bogarde transformation from a handsome leading man into a daring and serious actor marked one of the most fascinating career evolutions in British film history. He took on roles that challenged audiences, including in the groundbreaking film Victim, which addressed homosexuality at a time when the subject was still taboo. Ironically, while portraying a man persecuted for being gay, Bogarde himself kept his own sexuality hidden from the public eye. He shared his life with Anthony Forwood, yet described their relationship in ways that avoided public scrutiny. Bogarde feared that revealing the truth would shatter his career, particularly given the expectations placed on male stars. Despite this secrecy, his work subtly pushed boundaries and contributed to changing attitudes, making him both a participant in and a quiet challenger of the system that constrained him. 4. Sir Noel Coward was the embodiment of sophistication and wit, a cultural icon whose plays, songs, and performances captivated audiences around the world. Known for his flamboyant style and sharp humor, Coward lived a life that many suspected held hidden truths. However, he never publicly confirmed his sexuality, choosing instead to maintain a veil of ambiguity. In an era when being openly gay could lead to severe consequences, Coward mastered the art of implication. His works often contained subtle references and coded language that resonated with those who understood them, while remaining acceptable to mainstream audiences. Coward's ability to navigate such a restrictive environment while maintaining immense popularity speaks to his intelligence and adaptability, as well as the quiet compromises required to survive in his time. 5. Charles Lton was a powerhouse performer whose commanding presence earned him critical acclaim and an Academy Award. Despite his success, his personal life was marked by complexity and secrecy. Married to actress Elsa Lanchester, Lawton's relationship was often described as unconventional, with many believing that it functioned more as a partnership of understanding than a traditional marriage. Lawton's attraction to men was widely acknowledged within certain circles, yet never openly discussed in public. The need to maintain appearances meant that much of his true self remained hidden, even as he delivered deeply emotional and often vulnerable performances on screen. His life illustrates the compromises many actors made, entering marriages that provided cover while sacrificing personal authenticity. 6. Sir Michael Redgrave was a distinguished actor whose contributions to theater and film earned him immense respect. Behind his composed exterior, however, lay a deeply personal struggle. Redgrave was married and had children, yet his private writings later revealed his attraction to men and the internal conflict it caused him. He lived in a constant state of tension, trying to reconcile his public responsibilities with his private desires. This emotional burden affected him profoundly, leading to periods of anxiety and self-doubt. Redgrave's story is particularly poignant because it offers insight into the psychological impact of repression, showing how the inability to live openly can shape not just a career, but an entire life. 7. Ivor Novello was one of the most adored entertainers of his time, a charismatic figure whose talents spanned acting, composing, and writing. His charm and creativity made him a beloved public figure, yet his personal life remained carefully guarded. Novello shared a long-term relationship with actor Robert Andrews, but their partnership was kept discreet, known only to close friends and associates. In public, Novello maintained an image that aligned with societal expectations, ensuring his continued success. His story highlights the delicate balance many artists had to maintain, living authentically in private while presenting a different version of themselves to the world. Despite these constraints, Novello's influence on British entertainment remains profound. 8. Quinton Crisp stands out on this list as someone who eventually chose openness over secrecy, though his journey was far from easy. Early in his life, Crisp faced severe discrimination for his flamboyant appearance and mannerisms, often becoming a target for ridicule and violence. While many of his contemporaries chose to hide, Crisp's visibility made concealment impossible. Over time, he embraced his identity fully, becoming a writer and performer who spoke candidly about his experiences. Although he achieved a level of recognition later in life, his early struggles underscore the harsh realities faced by those who did not or could not conform. Crisp's story provides a powerful contrast, showing both the cost of visibility and the strength required to live authentically. 9. Sir Ian McKellen is celebrated not only for his acting, but also for his advocacy. Yet his early career was shaped by the same pressures that affected many before him. In the early decades of his life, McKellen kept his sexuality private, aware that openness could limit his opportunities. The entertainment industry, while creative, was still bound by conservative expectations. In 1988, McKellen made the courageous decision to come out publicly, becoming a leading voice for LGBTQ+ rights. His journey from secrecy to openness reflects a turning point in cultural attitudes, illustrating how change often comes through the bravery of individuals willing to challenge the status quo. 10. Peter Wingard was known for his charisma, distinctive style, and memorable performances, particularly in television. At the height of his fame, he enjoyed widespread popularity, but his career took a dramatic turn following a scandal related to his private life. Though he never publicly discussed his sexuality, the incident led to a decline in his professional opportunities. In an era when reputation was everything, even a hint of controversy could have lasting consequences. Wingard's experience serves as a stark reminder of how unforgiving the industry and society could be, particularly for those whose personal lives did not align with accepted norms. Final thoughts: these stories are more than just glimpses into the lives of famous actors. They are reflections of a time when truth had to be hidden, when identity was something to be guarded rather than celebrated. Each of these individuals contributed immensely to the arts, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire audiences around the world. Yet behind their success lay struggles that were rarely acknowledged, battles fought in silence. That if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Let us know in the comments which story moved you the most. Thanks for watching.